So just another quick comment about northern regions in North America. In, I think, my second last video, I was talking about regions here in Canada, and I was saying the direction is east, towards Mecca. But then I made a video on Alaska saying that it was north. Well, how does that make sense? How does it make sense that, places such as, Northern Territories and, here in Canada, Baffin Bay is east, but then you just go a little bit more, quote unquote, east in the Mercator and in the flat map in Alaska, and all of a sudden it's north. How do those two work together? Well, you have to remember, the North Pole's right here, and all of our directions are defined relative to this North Pole. As you move closer to North Pole, these directions of north, northeast, northwest, they become skewed, and they can change very rapidly. Even over, very, very short distances. I mean, imagine you're right at the North Pole, and you take a step forward such that the North Pole is behind you. It's behind you. You're facing away from it. The Qibla direction would be south. Now you take, 3 steps back so that the Qibla, the North Pole is in front of you. The direction to Mecca is north, right? The directions change very, very rapidly as you move closer to the North Pole. So again, places like Greenland, here Baffin Bay I'm going to use as an example here. We're going to face east because relative to the North Pole, the way we define that direction is going to be east. But that's just going around this kind of Arctic circle. All of a sudden, relative to the North Pole, that direction is going to change to be north. Okay. I wish I could, have a string and I could just drag it to show how that changes. But again, because these cardinal directions, north, east, southwest, are kind of projected on a sphere, and because we're very close to the North Pole, these cardinal directions, become circles in this region. So if you're in one region, it could be east relative to Mecca. In another region, further away or along that circle, it could be north. And even when you move to places like East Siberia, or, Karachi, in these regions, now would be, maybe I shouldn't say, but I'll just say maybe it'll be west, right? Because you're on the other side of this Arctic circle, and now you'd face west, all right? Even though you're just on the other side, you're just on the other side of this Arctic Ocean. The direction, the way you define it relative to the North Pole, which is right here, would be west. Because if the North Pole's here, you're going south on the other side, it's going to be west. North Pole's here, you're on the other side, you're going east, okay? So there's still consistency, Alaska is still north to face the Qibla. Places that are more kind of north central, if I can say that, in North America are going to be east. All right, so there's no inconsistency with the directions. It still works if you understand how these directions work in the northern region on a sphere.